we were talking about polls or not polls, petitions earlier. I have never heard of a single internet petition that has ever done anything, ever.
Well, they say that the Family Guy one really helped with getting back on the air. But then again, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
It's not like saving global warming. You know, it's not like saving the world or anything like that.
Yeah, people rather, like they pay attention to the Family Guy one. They don't pay attention to the global warming one.
Yeah. So
most believe it or not. That's one thing that drives me crazy about internet polls is just like how
unscientific it is.
Not unscientific, or not polls. I mean petitions rather. But it's just like I don't know. I believe if you're going to protest something that you want change, you need to have a solution or a new method you want them to try, or
instead of just saying no, we need to stop this.
Yeah, or it's like, or my friend was like global warming is happening. Let's contact. It's like sign this petition if you want and demand Congress do something about it. It's like fine. What do you want them to do? Come up with something. It's like it's just like we need to I don't know what save the snails. It's like but have Congress save the snails. Fine, have a plan. Or this course of action isn't working. Have them stop it. Fine, tell them what to do instead. Don't just it's so easy to just go up and say. I want this to change, but it's I don't know. Nobody has any, everyone's good at criticizing. No one's good at coming up with any, any better ideas, though. I guess is what pisses me off. I mean, it seems like the internet is just kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? P word. Perpetuated?
Perpetuated?
What's the word, Crystal?
Perpetuated.
Perpetuated this.
Perpetuated?
I don't know. What do you think, Dave?
Wait, what? I was
sorry, I was paying attention to you.
Kind of like the movies and books we were talking about earlier.
Sorry, you were talking for more than 2 minutes. No, handle that.
It's because you're Jewish, Charles.
I know, it's because I'm Jewish.
Exactly. I'm sorry, no, what, about the petitions?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you over all that Jew.
What were we talking about?
The petitions not having anything like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Like I said before. I mean, especially. I mean, you get this mentality, especially when you're in college, that your opinion matters.
Yeah. Yeah. Seriously. Yeah.
Which is fine because like when I was in college, I thought the same thing too. And it does a little bit, but the problem is that most of the time young people don't vote.
Yeah.
And this stems back to what I used to talk about. What this was probably our first show when we talked about who's going to win the election. I was well, could win. And Obama did win with a little help from young people, but it didn't really go up like people thought it would, which is too bad. I think a lot of people especially a lot of conservatives, I think they look at that as kind of a good thing, see, they didn't do it again, like that. But I think it's a really bad thing that young people don't vote.
Yeah,
anyways.
No, yeah, I agree. Well, it's like Crystal said, it's like this whole, I don't know, my current generation, our current generation, and like the generation immediately before us. It's like they're now in high school. It just seems like, I don't know. It's like you were saying, Crystal, just disrespectful, apathetic. Frustrated underachievers is one thing I heard once,
But at the same time, every generation around our age acts kind of this way. I mean, it does. Yeah. It seems to us that it is getting worse, and maybe it is. But it's always been this way. It's always been young people just don't vote more than older people. It's always been that way.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. I haven't really looked at the history of it.
Yeah, no, I mean,
then again, I say it, but you know what? For all the people to say hippies and stuff were out changing things, they didn't really, and they were pretty apathetic in themselves, I find.
They sit around and have jam band concerts and think that they're changing things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Let's tell the fat cats in Washington how we feel.
Yeah, no, exactly, yeah.
This next song.
Protested and didn't stop the Vietnam War.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wait, it was Richard Nixon who stopped the Vietnam War. That's something to be proud of, hippies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but
not only did you not stop the war, you did Nixon and Reagan got elected.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
Good
man.
good work.
Yeah, good work, guys. But no, I mean that's like I kind of went off one day at school. We were having our Constitution Day, which is a federal thing that colleges have to do. I don't know if they have to do it in high school, but they have to do it at college if they're getting public funding.
Yeah.
They have to have a Constitution Day where you kind of sit around and talk about the Constitution.
Really? We never had that.
Yeah, we did, and I went to them. Exactly though, because no one really advertised. It's kind of ironic that the Constitution promotes freedom of speech, but we were forced to do this.
Yeah.
And anyways, that was the big thing that professors had a problem with, which is true. It's kind of ironic, but anyways, that day, like the Students for Peaceful Alternatives had a student walkout where they talked about the war and stuff like that, which is fine. But now I don't think not one of them actually showed up to Constitution Day to talk about the very thing that allows the president to have that kind of power to send troops over, or what exactly is he doing that's illegal? You know, I mean, what in the Constitution? You know, that kind of thing. I'm not defending
I used to kind of be into the like whole Students for Peaceful Alternatives when I first got to college when I was like a freshman, and then after freshman year, it was just that I just completely got irritated with them, and you know, I mean, I was never part of the group, but I was like, yeah, they're doing great things, and it's just sort of like, no, they're just saying stop this, but not coming up with any alternatives whatsoever. You know,
I'm fine with all that stuff. I really, it doesn't bother me that we have groups like that.
Yeah.
Because who's really going to have a Students for War? You know,
I could have started Students for War.
A Students for for aggressive conflicts.
Yeah.
You know?
Students for aggression for conflict solution.
Aggressive alternative.
Yeah, alternative conflict resolution.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, I'm sorry. What were you saying?
No,
I don't mind the group. No, I'm not saying that. I think the group's fine to exist. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You know, the people, and you know why I'm biased too is because the people who are in it were a bunch of hipsters and hippies. You know, where it's all like the hipsters. So you know, and we were talking about how much we listen to indie music and
it's all those.
We don't like those.
Yeah, they're totally lame.
Yeah. Totally lame.
And Dave is the expert on Lane.
Yep.
Well, I've learned it from the best, I guess.
Anyway. That being said,
that was lame. I know.
That being said, I wasn't for the war in Iraq either. I was for not going in, but it wasn't part of peaceful alternatives.
Yeah. But
anyway, you were saying about peaceful alternatives.
Oh, you mean aggressive alternatives?
Aggressive alternatives. Constitution.
No, but it's just I mean, that bothered me that like these students who have an opinion. They do have an opinion. Well, maybe like their leaders do, anyways. I don't know if the general like people that just show up every week do, but the actual people that put together, they have an opinion, but they didn't show up to the one day that would talk about what's actually going to what can actually change. You know, and I kind of went off during the meeting. I don't know if I made a fool of myself, but I might have.
Yeah.
But
what did you say? What did you say, Dave? Wait,
I said
what this walkout to. I'm confused. What did they do?
They had a student walkout, like from classes, and the walkout was like at lunch, but still.
Yeah. Okay. So what were they walking out of?
They were walking out of classes, and they went to the Minerva statue, and they talked about the war, and that's it. Like
why was it on Constitution Day?
Why was it?
Yeah.
Well, I think it just
I seem to remember this happening and me just not walking out when everyone else did.
Yeah.
No, it was like, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
you apathetic.
I know. I think it might have been worse. I think it might have just been like in my dorm, like sleeping or playing video games or doing something else. I'm like,
All right.
Terrible excuse for me.
No, I've done that. No, I could look. We had a Republicans club.
Yeah.
Like I went to a couple meetings.
Yeah.
And then I never went again. I don't know if they didn't ask me to come back.
Why?
Or I just never knew what time they actually met.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I went a couple times, but kind of like the Students for Peaceful Alternatives.
Didn't you
didn't
have
really do anything?
Yeah. Did what?
You plan on doing some things, but you really didn't.
Yeah. Well, didn't you have